This is Mahesh. In this session, we are going to see ratio, proportion and variation topic. So, in this topic also we are going to use same unknown known method, which is nothing but direct method. Okay, let's get started. What is ratio? Ratio is nothing but comparing two quantities with least integer. For example, I have 10 pens and you have 15 pens. We are comparing these two, both the quantities. The ratio is 2:3 because you should have the least integer comparison 10, 15. When you cancel multiples of 5, you will get 2 and then 3. 2:3 is the ratio, which is the least integer. Okay, for every 2 pen you have 3 pens. That's the ratio comparison. When you compare two quantities, that should be in least integer. Okay, example 10,000 is 20,000, which is not ratio. 1:2 is the ratio because that should be in least integer. Ratio should be in integer, that also should be in least integer comparison. That should not be in fractions or decimals, whatever it is. That should be in integer. Ratio should be in integer. Hope you get it. Okay, let's get started. Get into the ratios. So ratio is nothing but you know that A by B is also ratio. AX is to BX. We will say that X is the common factor which can be cancelled in the both sides to get the least integer value. A by B, A numerator, antecedent, and B denominator, consequent. Okay, when you multiply with S in both numerator and denominator, the ratio will not change. That is what we said. We can cancel these two and get the ratio A by B. When you divide both numerator and denominator with S, you will get the same ratio A by B. Okay, let's come. When you multiply the same ratio with the 2 times of A by B, you will get A square by B square. That is called duplicate ratio. Next, A by B into A by B into A by B, 3 times of same ratio. When you multiply 3 times of same ratio, you will get A cube by B cube, which is nothing but triplicate ratio. Okay, if there are two ratios, if A is to B and B is to C given, then how will you find A is to B is to C? So the method is A is to B and B is to C. B is common, so A into B, you have to multiply A into B and then B square into C into B to get the ratio of A is to B is to C. This is A's ratio, B and C. Okay, if 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C, then A is to B is to C. Okay, 2A is equal to 3B is equal to 4C means how will you find the ratio? A is to B is to C is the question. We could find out with two methods. I will tell you both the methods. The first method is 2A is equal to 3B means you can write 2A is equal to 3B. A by B, which is nothing but to find out the A is to B ratio. A by B is equal 3 by 2. A is to B is equal 3 is to 2 is the ratio. Next one, 3B equal 4C. 3B is equal 4C. B by C. B by C is equal 4 by 3. B is to C is equal 4 is to 3. Now you have two ratios. 3 is to 2, which is A is to B. B is to C is 4 is to 3. Here A is to B and B is to C. Same concept. If you apply, you will get the answer 6 is to 4 is to 3. And the same thing. The another method is directly you can take the LCM of 2, 3 and 4. There are numbers 2A is equal to 3B equal to 4C. Numbers 2, 3, 4. LCM of 2, 3, 4 is 12. When you take 12, directly you can apply. So 12 is the LCM. LCM divided by the number with A is A's ratio. So number with A is 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. That's all. This is the second method to find out the ratio. Okay. Otherwise, we will use this method to find out the ratio. Ratio should be least integer, which means there is no common factor should be there with all the numbers. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So AX is equal to BX. Why we are using X ratio is that X is the common factor between those two. A is to B means minimum factor, there is X value is 1. Now, sum means if you want to sum up those ratio means A plus B by into X. Difference means A minus B into X. Product means product. What you will do when you add, what you will get? A plus B plus B into X. When you subtract A minus B into X, when you multiply A, B into X, X square. Increase. If you are increasing the ratio by some value, which means, so AX is there, I am adding A with that. BX is there, I am adding A with that. Again, the ratio will change, that ratio will be C and D, C by D. Decrease is also the same, I am decreasing A with both AX and BX, I will get C and D. Okay, while solving problems, you will know that. Inverse of A is to B is B is to A, you know that. Inverse of anything is that just opposite value. AX is to BX is equal, BX is to AX. When you inverse it, you will get BX is AX. Okay, let's get into the proportion part. What is proportion? Proportion is nothing but equating two ratios. If you have two ratios, if you are equating both the ratios, then that is called proportion. I am having two ratios A, B and CD. A is to B and C is to D. I am equating this. So, I will get, this is proportion. Okay. A by B is equal C by D. A is to B is nothing but A by B. Here itself we have seen that. So, A by B is equal C by D means A is to B, W is C is to D. That's the proportion part. Okay, here A and D, these last two are exchanged and B and C both are mean values. Okay, then let's get into the next part. A is to B is equal B is to C means, if A is to B is equal B is to C means A, B, C are in continued proportion. So A, B, C are in continued proportion. You know that proportion means nothing but comparing two ratios. If you are equating two ratios, comparing, it's not comparing, equating. Equating two ratios. If you equate, these three are in continued proportion. Okay, these five things most probably we will not use in the normal solutions. When you prepare for CAT, MAT and higher end exams, then these words are important to know. Okay, so let's get started. This is nothing but inverted inverse of the ratio given. Proportion. A by B is equal C by D is the proportion now. And then inverted means inverse of this. What is inverse of A by B? B by A. Inverse of C by D? D by C. That's it. You can convert this. This is inverted. Next, alterando, altering the positions. Alter the ratio. A by B, C by D. I am altering B and C here. A by C and B by D. This is alterando. Next, componendo means combining, adding. So, A by B plus 1, C by D plus 1. When you add 1 with both the sides, what you will get is what? Componendo. So, A plus B by B is equal C plus D by D. Done. Next, dividendo. Dividendo is nothing but subtracting 1 in the both sides. A by B minus 1 and C by D minus 1. So, when you subtract those two, what you will get? A minus B by B and C minus D by D. Next, and the final one is componendo and dividendo. Componendo and dividendo, both are together. If you add both of them together, you will get A plus B divided by A minus B is equal to C plus D divided by C minus D. That's all. These all are the things you need to know in the exams like CAT, MAT, ZAT, those kind of exams. Okay, GMAT, GRE as well as. Okay, next, direct proportion and inverse proportion. This is what the thing we have seen in the first class system itself. Introduction to direct and indirect method. Direct proportion is nothing but if a certain value increases, the other value is also increases. If certain value decreases, other is also decreases. When it comes to inverse proportion, certain value A is increases, B is opposite to that, which will decrease. If A is decreases, B is opposite to that, which will increase. That's all the proportion part. And the final part is variation. What is variation? The same thing, variation is also direct and inverse, but with the variable here we have written it. The variation is two types, direct variation and inverse variation. Direct variation is nothing but A is directly proportional to B. We might have heard that in maths classes. A is directly proportional to B, which means nothing but A is equal to K into B. K is a variable. So if we want to find the K value, A divided by B will be the K value. Next, inverse variation, A inversely proportional to B, which means A 1 by B. So if you equate this, A equal K by B. K is a variable. If you want K, then A into B is the answer. That's all. These are the things basic that you should know. When it comes to proportion, we are going to use this and these two parts. We will not use these 5, but you should know what this means. And then when it comes to ratio part, we will use all these 5 methods. Some difference, product, as well as increase, decrease, inverse, these kind of things we will use. This ratio class is important for partnership and then allegation and mixer, problems on ages, these 3 topics. This is the base. Like what I said for percentage is base for the percentage, profit and loss, and simple integer converter. Same, this ratio topic, ratio and proportion is base for partnership, problems on ages, allegation and mixers. Okay.